Okay, good evening, students. Today you have to see the crossing over. What do you mean by the crossing over? Crossing over is a biological process that produces a new combination of genes by interchanging the corresponding segments between the non-sister chromatids of homologous pair of chromosomes. So, crossing over is a biological process in which the new combination of genes by interchanging the corresponding segments between the non-sister chromatids of homologous pair of chromosome, that is called crossing over. The term crossing over was first coined by Morgan. It takes place during the packaging stage of phase 1 meiosis. Usually crossing over occurs in germinal cells during the gametogenesis. It is called meiotic or germinal crossing over. It has universal occurrence and has great significance. Rarely crossing over occurs in somatic cells during mitosis. It is called somatic or mitotic crossing over. Then mechanism of crossing over. So crossing over is a precise process that includes stages like synapsis, tetrad formation, crossover and terminalization. Then synapsis. Intimate pairing between two homologous chromosomes is initiated during zygote stage of phase 1 of meiosis. One homologous chromosomes are aligned side by side, resulting in a pair of homologous chromosomes called bivalence. This pairing phenomenon is called synapsis or syntesis. This is of three types. First one, procentric synapsis. Pairing starts from middle of the chromosome. Proterminal synapsis, a pairing starts from the telomere. Then random synapsis, pairing may start from anywhere else. Tetrad formation, each homologous chromosome often bivalent begin to form two identical sister chromatids which remain held together by a centromere. At this stage, each bivalent has 4 chromatids. This stage is called tetrad stage. Then crossover. After tetrad formation, crossing over occurs in packaging stage. The non-sister chromatids of homologous pair make a contact at one or more points. These points of contact between the non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosomes are called chiasmata, singular chiasma. At chiasma, cross-shaped or egg-shaped structures are formed, where breaking and rejoining of two chromatids occur. This results in reciprocal exchange of equal and corresponding segments. Terminalization. After crossing over, chiasma starts to move towards the terminal end of chromatids. This is known as terminalization. As a result, a complete separation of homologous chromosomes occurs. Then, what are the importance of crossing over? Crossing overs, it occurs in all the organisms like bacteria, yeast, fungus, higher plants and animals also there. First one, the exchange of segments leads to new gene combination which plays an important role in evolution. Studies of crossing overs reveal that genes are arranged linearly on the chromosomes. Genetic maps are made based on the frequency of crossing over. Crossing over helps to understand the nature and the mechanism of gene action. If a useful new combination is formed, it can be used in plant breeding. And recombination, another one is recombination. Crossing over results in the formation of new combination of characters in an organism called recombinants. In the segments of DNA are broken and recombined to produce new combination of alleles. This process is called recombination. Calculation of recombination frequency RF value. The percentage of recombinant progeny is a cross called recombination frequency. The recombination frequency crossover frequency RF is calculated by using the following formula. The data is obtained from alleles in coupling configuration. Genetic mapping. Genes are present in a linear order along the chromosome. They are present in a specific location called locus. The diagrammatic representation of position of genes and related distances between the adjacent genes is called genetic mapping. What is genetic mapping? It's very important. It is directly proportional to the frequency of recombination between them. It is also called as linkage map. The concept of gene mapping was first developed by Morgan's student Alfred H. Stewart in 1913. It provides clues about where the genes lies on that chromosome. Map distance. The unit of distance is a genetic map is called map unit. One map unit is equivalent to 1% of crossing over. One map unit is also called it as centimorgan in honor of T.H. Morgan. In honor of 100 centimorgan is equal to 1 morgan. For example, a distance between A and B gene estimated to be 3.5 map units it is equal to 3.5 centimorgans or 3.5% or 0.035 recombination frequency in between the genes. Uses of genetic mapping. What are the uses it will present in the genetic mapping? First of all, used to determine the gene order. To determine the gene order, identify the locus of gene and calculate the distances between the genes. There are three main important points are that determine the gene order, identify the locus of gene and calculate the distance between genes. They are useful in predicting results of dihybrid and trihybrid crosses. It allows the genetics to understand the overall genetic complexity of particular organisms. Multiple alleles. A given phenotypic trait of an organism individual depends on a single pair of genes, each of which occupies a specific position called the locus or homologous chromosome. When any of the three or more allelic forms of gene occupies the same locus in a given pair of homologous chromosomes, they are said to be called as multiple alleles. So the next one, what are the characteristic features of multiple alleles? Multiple alleles of series always occupy the same locus in the homologous chromosome. Therefore, no crossing over occurs within the alleles of a series. Multiple alleles are always responsible for the same characters. The wild type alleles of a series exhibit dominant characters, whereas mutant type will influence dominance or an intermediate phenotypic effect. When any two of the mutant allele are crossed to the phenotypic is always mutant type and not the wild type. The next one, self-sterility in Nicotiana. In plants, multiple alleles have been reported in association with the self-sterility or self-incompatibility. Self-sterility means that the pollen from a plant is unable to germinate on the own stigma and will not be able to bring out fertilization of the ovules of the same plant. Yeast observed multiple alleles in Nicotiana, which are responsible for self-incompatibility or self-sterility. The gene for self-incompatibility can be designated as S1, which has allelic series S1, S2, S3, S4 and S5. Here there is a structures are there. In a whole structure, tail, pollen tube, ovary also there. Here there is a pollen. There is S1, S2 pollens are there. And also there is S1, S2. Here also the S1, S2 also there. It will join together. Or S1, the pollen tube only produced. Here in a S1 category there is no pollen. S3 only pollens only germinate. And also the S1, S2 pollen grains are there. There is no germination in the S1 and S2 pollen grains. This is self-incompatibility. Okay, the cross fertilization in tobacco plants were not always homologous S1, S4, S1, S1 or S2, S2, but all the plants were heterozygous S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, S6, which crosses were made between the different S1, S2 plants. The pollen tube did not develop normally, but effective pollen tube develop was observed when crossing was made with other than S1, S2, for example S3, S4. Here there is a tabulation also there. It will show the good idea for that fertility or incompatibility, self-incompatibility. Female parent stigma spot, male parent pollen source. S1, S2, here S1, S2 is there, self-sterile is there, and S2, S3, S3, S2, S3, S1 is there, and S3, S4, S3, S1, S3, S2, S4, S1, S4, S2 is there. And also there is a second row, S2, S3, in a second column, S3, S2, S1, S3, self-sterile, and S4, S2, S4, S3 is there. And so S3, S4, here in a second row, S1, S2, S1, S3, S1, S4, S2, S3, S2, S4, S2, S3, S2, S4, and last table, self-sterile is only formed. Here, crosses were made between seed parents with S1, S2 and pollen parents with S2, S3. Two kinds of pollen tubes are distinguished. Pollen grains carrying S2 were not effective, but the pollen grains carrying S3 were capable of fertilization. Thus, from the cross S1, S2 into S3, S4, all the pollens were effective and four kinds of progeny resulted. S1, S3, S1, S4, S2, S3. And S2, S4, some combinations are showed in the table 3.5 etc. Okay, sex determination in maize. Here in a geomaze maze is a good example for monoecious plants, which means male and female flowers are present on the same plant. That is called monoecious. There are two types of inflorescence. The terminal inflorescence, which bears staminode florets develop from the shoot, apical meristem, called tassel. The lateral inflorescence, which develop pistillode from florets from axillary bud, is called ear or cope. Unisexually in maize occurs through the selective abortion of stamens in ear florets and pistil in tassel florets. Yes, substitute of two single genes pairs Ba for barren plant and TS for tassel seed makes the difference between the monoecious and dioecious maize plants. The allele for barren plant, when homozygous, makes the stalk staminode by eliminating silk and hairs. The allele for tassel and seeds transform tassel into a pistillate structure that produce no pollen. The table 3.7 is the resultant sex expression based on the combination of these alleles. Most of these mutations are shown to be defect on gibberellin biosynthesis. Gibberellin play an important role in suppression of stamens in florets on the ears. Here there is a genotype BABA TSTS double recessive. There is lax silk on the stalk but transferred tassel to pistil. Rudimentary female is that. Then BABA TSTS recessive and dominant, lacks silk and have tassel male. BABA and the TSTS double dominant, have both tassel and cope. Monoecious plant. BABA TSTS dominant and recessive, BS cope and lacks tassel, normal female is that. Okay. Next class we will see the mutation concept. Okay, thank you students, thank you one and all.